Welcome, my friends. Welcome to part one of the Aquarian Goes Comping. Let us comp. We had one of my friends who is Jewish Brazilian, a halfie. And he was supposed to come camping with us, but he bailed to take care of his family, which I guess is more important. And so we were splitting each other up into camps. I've been working on my German lately. So I've been saying mine for just my. And so I'm like, well, this will be Mein Kampf, and that'll be your camp. There's a joke there somewhere. Although it's never. Joking about the Holocaust, that's a tough one. You know, this world has had many holocausts, which that word alone, it means a burnt offering. Who is the burning of human beings, the death of bodies being brought up as incense to? Who came up with that name? In Hebrew, they call it the Shoah, which I think is Shin, fire, Yod, Aleph. So it's like Eo or Oah, the sound of the donkey of Yahweh, who is Saturn, the donkey-headed god of Egypt, who was the enemy god to the people from the East, the Middle East, Canaanites. They took their god, the bad person, and made themselves their god, their enemy god. Which is kind of a part about taking Satanism or creating an enemy god. As the word Satan, Shaitan, simply means adversary. Shin, Aleph, Tav, Nun, which has to do with the light being sealed on the cross, and from it something birthed. It's the idea that there is a death and then a birth. And even, this is related, but a little bit, we'll come back, like the Ouroboros. The darkness before the light, the chaos and then the order, which is why the firstborn in Egypt killed the firstborn male to open up a woman's birth canal. Is there's a sacrifice that has to be made, a burnt offering. Apologizing for the firstborn, because the firstborn in the Bible is Esau, which is likened to the Gentile world. Everybody who's not Jewish, from the tribe of Judah or Israelites. And who is the Israelites? Lots of people want to be the Israelites or say they're somebody else, whatever. We're going by the consensus for this. That doesn't mean the consensus is always right. Often that's wrong. But so Jacob is the second born, who later becomes Israel, after Esau, who's really likened to Edom, people of Esau, who is Rome, who is the West, marked by a belief. First, Ben Yosef, Eo, Set, son of Saturn, son of Satan. It's the first. And then the second one is the light after the darkness. Mashiach ben David. Root word being Dalet, Vav Dalet, which is the king. The emperor card is Dalet in the tarot deck, the 4. The Vav is a woman's vessel. And then the other side of the vessel, another Dalet, another door, another altar, another emperor. But the emperor can't be emperor without the relationship to the empress, the card before it, the darkness of the womb that comes before the king, ruler. The major arcana of the tarot is based upon the Aleph Bet, the alphabet of the Hebrew letters, which originally are Phoenician, Canaanite, and before that dating back to, they got their stuff from the Egyptians, hieroglyphs, who got their stuff from the Proto-Indo-Europeans, who later split off to become the Proto-Indo-Iranians. And from the Proto-Indo-Iranian, we got Sumerian, this is something called perennialism, and that with the alphabet in it holds a theology, a cosmology of how things came into existence. And there's 3 mother letters in the Hebrew alphabet, which are the 3 elements: Aleph, air, first the breath. Middle mother letter, Mem, the waters, over the waters. Shin, the last letter, which is a light, fire. Fire! And they're all written on Earth. Earth is where these elements play out on the stage and that create the Earth. And they're held together by the 5th quintessential element, spirit, consciousness. Now, we're going camping. I'm a camping machine. Woo! My friends, one of them in particularly, goes more often than the rest and is the most responsible and practical. Earth sign Taurus. Not very spiritual. His spirituality is being in Earth. So people might say Capricorns, Tauruses, Virgos, the 3 air signs, are the least spiritual. But at the same time, they're kind of the most spiritual. They're just doing it in an earthly way. But sometimes it can be void of the spirit, which is what is the reason for the fall. Which is namely the sexual action, the male and the female coming together in union, divorced from God. The spirit, consciousness, is consciousness synonymous with God? Is consciousness synonymous with life? These are a few of the questions I pose. The moon is in Scorpio, so we get a chance to go deep. The sun in Aquarius, where looking like creep. Aquariuses aren't creepy per se. They're just kind of weird. out there. And it's kind of fun. The fixed signs. Right now we're in a fixed Scorpio moon, Aquarius, fixed sign air, sun. So when we have a square, a cross, pick up your cross and follow me, the sun says. Right now there's a 45-degree angle, which is the square, which equals 9 in Gematria, the sacred number of Mars, who is death and life at the same time. When we were born to this world, we died to the way that we were in existence before being birthed. The tomb is the womb, and vice versa, the number 9. It's the end, and in that ending is a beginning at the 10 on another spiral. 9 is in the vein of Mars, death, destruction. 9, 11. 11 what? Of the towers. Also of 2, the sacred feminine. And Christ. It's really an antichrist ritual, but it's Christ, the chrism, the awakening of us, passing through the pillars, the arc, into the age of Aquarius, climbing up World Trade Tower 7, the 7 chakras, the 7 visible heavenly luminaries that are in our temple. When we build a temple, the Aquarian temple, it should have an altar dedicated to each one of the 7 visible heavenly luminaries. And then the Holy Trinity on top. Uranus. Square cube, the cage of Saturn. As the owner, as the ruler of Aquarius, the Aquarian age that we're stepping into. Can I get a hallelujah? I just got worked up. Oh. The Holy Ghost. The word for ghost is Geist. So the idea was first the Holy Geist, which is more like it's not so much it's more of a presence than a ghost. Spirit, what's that one? The Geist, that one documentary that came out that talked about astrotheology and the similarities between Mithras, Osiris, and other figures with Jesus, and relating it to it being harkening to cultures that had a dying, rising solar deity, or connect constellation Orion. And down on my ass, bruh. Fixed. Dude drove away from the barber shop, went a couple of miles, caught a glimpse of himself in the mirror, and said, "I am hauling ass back to the barber." Baba. I call people Baba a lot. It's a term of endearment. I think it might be Hebrew. Baba. Or like Polish. It might be Yiddish. It's a combination of German, Polish, maybe Hungarian, and Hebrew. The modern Hebrew that we have, that they speak in Israel, is a total recent reconstruction, trying to revivify an older version of Hebrew, which the Hebrew Bible is still even nothing like the Hebrew today. A large part of that is because they didn't put vowels in. the A-E-I-O-O, because those are sacred. And it left room for, like, you do play on words and stuff more. And the vows are still sacred. That's what we should be chanting at the Aquarian Temple. 7 altars set up, 1 to each of the sacred 7. Or maybe 9. The 2 ones that they have in there are the south and the north node of the moon and the sun's interaction in relationship to Earth, how we get our eclipses. And we have a solar eclipse and we have a lunar eclipse. The solar eclipse is related to, I think, the head of the dragon, which is the number 4. There's different, the planets align with the numbers a little bit differently, because on the Sephiroth, the Kabbalistic tree of life, which is Hermetic, Egyptian, Persian, mainly, I think, and maybe even Indian, maybe even Proto-Indo-European. We have the tree of life in every Yggdrasil, Buddha underneath the Bodhi tree, Jesus Christ being sacrificed on a tree, a cross, wooden cross, Odin sacrificing himself, stabbed himself in the side from the tree. It's often the tree of the globe, or the middle of the earth if you're a flat earther. And it's the spine, the middle way. So just as we have to raise up the Holy Spirit chrism to be christened at the crest, Christificated, made anointed with the oil, the Messiah, the Moshiach, who raised up out of the 3 days of death, the 3 heavenly visible luminaries on this side of the sun, the moon, Mercury, and Venus. Then we break through to Mars, whose number is the sacred 9. The life force energy, the 9 months that bring a baby to the 10, to its completion of gestation, of generation 9. But then they also, it's for everything that has the highest holiness in it, it also has the deepest darkness in it, or that capability, which is why 9 in Hebrew is the kaf. What has to do with the cutting. Also, in the imagery of being stabbed in the side, we have the centurion stabbing Jesus, the solar character, in the side, which is after the sun receives the kiss of death from Scorpio, Judas, then it gets stabbed in the side by the spear arrow of Sagittarius, the centurion, the centaur. And it's also likened, that's on a solar level. On an astral level, higher above, is Orion getting stabbed in the side by Monoceros, the horn of the unicorn. My side's hurting as I'm saying that. I think it's just a little bit of gas. So before I went camping, I stopped at the New Age gift store. I hate the word New Age, but whatever. Metaphysical. Let's get metaphysical, metaphysical. I wanna get spiritual. Let me see your conscious unfold in a healthy way. But some people, they get spiritual and they go out of their minds. Psychotic. That's what the earth signs have to teach us. To ground it. Make it practical. Saturn and Pisces, where it's going to be for the next 2.5 years. There's going to be lots of rude awakenings to reality checks, but at the same time, that death could be a birth to a life that is spent, or being spent, Saturn, Chronos, being spent more in line with our authentic self, Aquarius. Bringing out our wishes or for the collective soul, the collective unconsciousness, Pisces. Making dreams a reality. Bringing about a new goddamn religion. Pisces is spirituality, not religion. But Saturn is organized structure. Virgo's the organizing part of it. Saturn's the one who does the plan. And oversees the process and shows up every day. Aquarius is the one who thinks it up. By tapping into the collective conscious. Before it goes into the darkness of Pisces. The darkness of Pisces. Pisces on a 12-6 axis that bring us out of one season into the next. The fish, the two fish, and the loaves of bread of the Virgin, who in her hand holds a sheaf of wheat, the house of bread, Bethlehem. The miracle of the loaves of fish and the loaves of bread of the fish. Just again, another astral, mythological occurrence we have in the scriptures, hinting at a deeper meaning. The deeper meaning has to do with the planets and the stars. And because that's telling us something about us. There's the deeper meaning, as above, so below, as without, so within. Let it be done on earth as it is in heaven. I'm going out to Silver Spring, so I shouldn't tell. I don't want to dox myself. Whatever. You come find me. But there's a going out and coming in. There's a time of being together and a time to be alone. There's a time for the dark, a time for the light. And we want to bring them in to perfect harmony, and so that when they do unite, it's in perfect balance and fruition and at a high level. What are we doing with our 9? The whole idea of 9 lives? I bet you it relates to the 9 months of pregnancy. The 9 cycles of the moon through a woman's menstruation system. In the circle of life. Going disc golfing, of course. Oh, so at the New Age Metaphysical Gift Shop, I got start off with a sage. You do some cleansing work. Banish out all the bad juju. You're doing magic, ritual, ceremony. The highest expression of humanity, according to Esoterica, is ceremonial magic, ritual, religion. The sign of the more advanced primates is how they treat their dead. The elephants and the more advanced apes and stuff actually bury them and mourn. So that would make an argument for the more developed animal that is a human, quote unquote. But we don't even deserve that title. The esoterics teach us. We're trying to become humans before this world gets destructed. That's what the human race is about. We're racing to become human. Boy, by the bathing blue right now, they don't live like that. As soon as I cross the border into the middle of the state, I start talking like this a little bit more. And I'm in Detroit tonight. That sounds more like a Louisiana accent. I've had a speech differentiation. I think because I had a really big overbite, being a Capricorn descendant, often you'll see that big overbites. Like a donkey's mouth. Hey-haw! Like a goat, rather. And the Capricorns are going to be constrained because Saturn constrains the Earth body. And Capricorn descendants, they'll be, for example, I'm 6'2". I have a sister from my same mom, my same dad, 6'2". She is a Sagittarius ascendant. I'm a Capricorn ascendant. I also started smoking cigarettes and pot at the age of 15. He was only 15. There's some weird ass song out there. That goes, she's a 16-year-old. It's like, guys, maybe. But it's still, I don't know, that's so creepy. You know, we have lots of remnants left of our bestial nature. And Lord knows, I too. So, but there's something about getting into your animal nature. It's bringing the divine, the sacred into it. That's how we transform it, transmutate it. It's not by ignoring it. Feed the beast, but feed it with the manna of heaven. That's just some of my thoughts. My throat's getting sore. Oh, Angel, what's up in the chat? Hope you enjoyed my little meditation. Oh, what else did I got? Sage. White sage? Why white? It's white excellence. I just want to get the basics, like the common ones. And then sage, Palo Santo. Hopefully taken but when they like regrow trees and whatnot. Lots of these crystals and stuff that at New Age gift stores are like slave labor, blood diamonds, pretty much. And then incense, Nag Chomp, but mixed with a little bit of amber. Because I'm not the biggest fan of Nag Champ, but my buddy said that that's the one you go to. So I'm compromising. I'm getting that with a little bit of amber. Oh, amber is the color of her energy. Is that AUR for aura? It's gold. The AU next to each other, the vowels are really sacred. Oh, so at each one of our altars, our shrines to the gods, the planets. We chant or sing or whatever, or even just say, but out loud, that the sound that goes with it, and it's one of the valves, and it's going to be on a certain note. There's 7 notes. There's 7 colors on the color spectrum. 7 is the completion of creation. On the 7th day, it all rested, and it rests in the middle. So the cube, the tetragrammaton, the hexagon, for 6 sides, 6 points, but there's a middle point that rests in the middle on the 7th day. And inside of that white cube is a black cube. And that is that's a tesseract. Which has 12 then, denoting the 12 seasons of the month. Oh, I'm driving by Weeki-Wachi. I've been to that one. Dude, we got beautiful springs. They're sacred. And they stay at the same degree all the time. I went over the summer and it was cold. So now I'm thinking that it's cooler, cold even, for Florida, that the springs are going to be warm compared to that. Anyways, the Native Americans are going to have some special nature totem energy out there. So out of all my 8 friends that are going, each one has something. Scott, the Taurus, brings all the essentials. Taurus, the essentials. Me, I'm bringing the mystical element. That would be my Sagittarius moon, my Scorpio. And the tarot cards that I'm bringing would be my Scorpio-ness. A dark sleeping bag, that would be Scorpio. A bunch of to go disc golf, and that would be the Sagittarius, like the archer. That's my top 3. What's your top 3? Your ascendant, your moon, and your sun. Oh, also book a chart reading at the Aquarian.TV. That's what y'all should do right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And I'm going to record my friends. We're going to get some good material. They really just make fun of me most of the time. Don't your friends always be the ones who make fun of you? But they also big me up, you know, just like, that's beautiful. So we do it annually, and I'm looking forward to this, especially because last time we went is when I got into disc golf, and so now we have a rematch to see. We had a rematch already. I went down, we played, I won once, but tied Scott. So I have to beat Scott. And then last time I lost to Charlie and Ricky as well. So I gotta go out there and sing my redemption song. Alright, much love.